Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another video with me, TheXploder, as today we dive into Frieza from Dragon Ball The Breakers. I've been playing the beta, and I've been having a fantastic time with the raiders and the survivors. If you want to check out my previous videos, I do have a playlist set up, which I recommend checking out, as it will already feature my first impressions video and a video about Cell, as well as some other videos in the future with some matches that I've had on stream. But who cares about that, because right now we're going to talk about what is, quite frankly, my favorite raider in the game. I thought my favorite raider was going to be Cell. No, it's Frieza. Frieza has some amazingly good tech, and I'm going to bring it up in this video, literally just talk about the good bits and the bad bits. And you know what? I'm actually just going to get the bad thing out of the way. The worst thing that Frieza has going is detection. Like, finding survivors and civilians in the game is basically Frieza's weakness. But even then, it's only Frieza's weakness very early on in your time playing Frieza when you're just getting to know the basics. Once you have learned the basics, don't worry about it. Oh, and one other thing. The scouter that you get in first form Frieza, it's kind of trash. It's fine. Use it early on. Find some civilians. Level yourself up. It's all Gucci. You do not have access to scouter after first form Frieza. So you know what? Don't worry about it. With that out of the way, let's talk into what makes Frieza the best bread and butter raider in the game so far, bearing in mind we have not touched Boo yet, Zarbon and Dodoria. So Frieza's key two abilities allows you to bring out Zarbon and Dodoria, and how they work is like this. You send out, let's say Zarbon for example. Zarbon will be summoned next to your side and will travel in the direction you're looking. It will travel forward to a specific point and start patrolling that point. Then when Zarbon detects an enemy player, it will target that player and try to hit it with a ki blast. And it's the exact same thing that Dodoria does as well. Now you may look at this and think, okay, it's just additional damage output, you can also fire from range. What's the fun in that? The fun, my friends, remember I said earlier when Frieza's weakness was enemy detection? Now with Zarbon and Dodoria, that weakness is gone. If you keep using Zarbon and Dodoria reliably throughout your game by sending them to different locations to spy out on where the survivors are, you are going to have the best time as Frieza. And may I just say, this just adds to how it feels to be Frieza. You feel like you have full command over the Frieza Force. I know it's only 2 characters, but it's the best 2 characters from the Frieza Force. I love it. So in a long form, Zarbon and Dodoria have long range, patrolling, survivor detection, and damage output. Talk about the perfect blend of everything you need, and you have access to Zarbon and Dodoria at level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here's a handy trick that I learned. Fly up, but don't fly up all the way, because Zarbon and Dodoria do have a limited range to their enemy detection. Send Zarbon in one direction, send Dodoria in another direction, and you go in a third direction. Effectively, you're covering 3 areas at once, and with that level of detection alone, you're going to be absolutely fine. Have fun. I would highly recommend focusing on lowering the cooldowns of Zarbon and Dodoria whenever you level up as Frieza. Get these things to plus 10 as soon as you can, and I bet you are going to be one of the most feared raiders on the entire planet. But okay, let's move away from Zarbon and Dodoria and actually talk about Frieza himself. So, unlike Cell, who focuses more on melee orientated and a little bit of sneaking action, Frieza, you are literally encouraged to go guns blazing. You're driving around in your little pod, you can do finger beams and just go pew, building gone, pew, building gone. You see a civilian, go up to a civilian, give them the finger laser, blast their heads off, get a Dragon Ball if you're lucky, carry on to the next one. With Frieza, you are encouraged to blow up everything. Literally become your inner tyrant and embrace what Frieza is. Now, first form can be very basic. It comes with a very good balance of maneuverability and skills. However, I will say, be very careful about Frieza's Death Ball ability. It is very strong and very, very good. I highly recommend just putting it out there. But it does have a large wind-up, so if you are going to be bombarded by some early game survivors transforming and going at you, bear in mind that once you are in that charge up, you are susceptible to damage. So enemies can take advantage of you in that. Be very careful. Second form Frieza, yes, you lose for Scouter, but in fairness, the Scouter's basic. You don't really need it once you have perfected the use of Zarbon and Dodoria, so it's absolutely fine. But, of course, with leveling up to second form, you do more damage, you have some really good skills for fighting, but in fairness, that's pretty much all you're getting in second form. Second form is a little bit meh. So now you have legs. Great. But you know what's better than legs? More finger blasting! And that's where we go into the best form of Frieza, which I'm even borderline going to say is a little bit busted from how we played in the beta. But that's why I think I found Frieza so damn fun. Frieza's third form, which just like Cell's second form, a little bit derpy with a giant head, is by far the best form that Frieza has going for him. You have amazingly ranged skills, such as the multi-shot finger blast, which is really bonkers. It has a lot of stagger potential and quite a consistent amount of range, both in depth and in width. So when you see a Frieza just putting fingers out in the air, be very, very scared. Even at close range, you also have a basic combo that consists of close range finger blasting. Basically, when you are third form Frieza, you are the king of finger blasting. It is the most hilarious thing, and I'm not lying. You are a finger blasting god, so enjoy. And the 9 times out of 10, if you're doing really good as Frieza, you will probably win the game as third form most of the time, and you would never actually see Frieza's fourth form unless the game goes on a little bit longer than normal, or the survivors end up rezzing each other quite a lot. Now, speaking of Final Form Frieza, just because I loved third form does not mean Final Form is crap. In fact, Final Form is amazing. In comparison to Perfect Cell, who just kind of feels a bit meh after you get through Cell's second form, Final Form Frieza feels just as good as you want Frieza to be. Your ranged blasts turn into discs, so that they're like those homing disc attacks that you see in the anime. They have the same priority like Destructo Disc, they have quite a lot of homing capabilities, but you do have a mini wind-up, so if you are shooting these from range, be very careful. You also get a amazing Death Ball ability that has a really, really big cooldown, so use this sparingly, because you're probably only going to really shoot it off reliably once per game, if that. But it covers an extremely large area and can still damage players after it has landed. Bearing in mind, I don't know whether that was a bug or whether that is intended, because it does scar the land that it hits, so maybe it is supposed to happen. So be very careful, that might be patched once the game officially comes out, but from when we were playing it, my god was it devastating. It's perfect for keep away tactics when players are trying to set up the super time machine or they're escaping to escape pods. Also, you have one of the most hilarious interactions with some of the players that I also ended up having in some of my games. I would be fourth form Frieza trying to take out the time machine, and whilst I'm taking out the time machine, there would be a pesky survivor coming at me trying to fight me. Frieza will literally stand there, take a couple of hits, and just slap. And when Frieza slaps a guy, he doesn't just slap him and you see them go back a little bit. You literally get shot back halfway through the map. It feels amazing. It's elements like this that make Frieza stand out in comparison to Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell, you feel great. But with Frieza, you feel how Frieza feels. You feel like an absolute tyrannical unit of a raider, which I think just makes this character way more fun. So yes, Frieza is by far, at least in my opinion, the most fun raider out of the two that we have been able to play so far. Cell is still fun. Do not get me wrong, Cell is still amazing in his own way, but when it comes to Frieza, there is just no comparison. I feel like Frieza just has the stronger tech and the most enjoyment from level 1 going up to level 4, as well as feeling like you have the most accuracy with Frieza when it comes to content from the anime and manga. Once you learn the ropes with Frieza, you are just going to be an absolute god. I'm just hoping that either one of Frieza's late game color options, once you level him up enough, is Gold Frieza, And if not, and Golden Frieza may come in at another point as a separate raider, which is a possibility, but I highly doubt it. That might mix things up a little bit, and we may see a different Frieza playstyle again. Anything could happen, we don't know. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have to say about Frieza. Yes, it's just me splurging about, quite frankly, my favorite raider in the game so far, but I just had to be open and be completely honest with you guys. But now I leave the floor open to you. Did you enjoy Frieza as much as I did? Did you not enjoy Frieza and think Cell is the better raider? Or did you not enjoy any of the raiders and you're looking forward to how Boo plays when we finally get to play on Boo? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and heck, even let me know on all my social medias as well in the description. And whilst you're down there, be sure to click the subscribe button and maybe even the notification bell if you want to be notified of future videos like this. And if you enjoy everything here as well as my other platforms, I highly recommend joining me over on Twitch whenever I'm live. You will see that on screen I have been playing my stream related footage that I had for you when I was playing as Frieza, and I tend to stream both on Twitch as well as the Discord server and record footage for videos and other things alike. So come on down, be a part of it all, see some behind the scenes action, and join on in, why not? Until next time guys, I look forward to seeing you in another video. Stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay explosive. And I'll see you guys next time.